The Fit to Box Top 10 Sparring Gloves 2025. Hello and welcome to Fit to Box. I'm Coach Simon, and here on Fit to Box I bring you all things boxing equipment, and I have been doing my top 10 sparring gloves lists for a number of years now, and this is the 2025 updated version of that. These lists are compiled from my reviews, from the ratings of the gloves that I give the reviews, and also in this sparring special I really concentrate on the sparring score and the comfort score to really get together this list from my Fit to Box ratings card to make sure that it is as accurate as I can get from my reviews. So there is no surprises in here. There is no gloves that I rated lower that suddenly are above higher when it comes to sparring. As I say, this is not on the whole score of the Fit to Box cards. This is really concentrating on that sparring score and also the comfort. So let's crack on with the list for 2025. And contender number 10, down 3 places from 2024, and these are the Rival P4P. Lovely sparring gloves. Love the style, really great. And actually they are really great whether you have the lace or whether you have the wrist lock 2 on the Velcro. These are superb. They're very slim when it comes to the profile, stunning in style in all the different colours that they come in. A well-deserved place in the Fit to Box top 10. Rival Guerrero P4P. Contender number 9, and again down 3 places from last year's list, and this is the Phenom SG 210. Beautiful leather, beautifully made, fantastic sparring gloves, really great for your hands but also for your sparring partner, and I have rated these gloves highly since they come out. Contender number 8, the Adidas Adispeed. Beautiful gloves, really nice. Love them in sparring. They've brought out over the years really some great colourways in these gloves, but when it comes to opening your hand, when it comes to landing those shots in your sparring, there is a real comfort level that these Adidas gloves have that I don't think Adidas had in its gloves prior to these gloves coming out, and that's why they are now still, after all these years of coming out, in the Fit to Box top 10 for sparring gloves. Contender number 7, and we have a new entry all the way from America. We have 1v1, and these gloves really impressed me this year, and that's why they have stormed in to this top 10. Contender number 6, down 2 places from last year's list, and that is the Adidas Tilt with that cactus leather. Really love the design of these. I love the way the wrist is on them, and I was really impressed with the material. And also we've got a few people here that have got Tilt and they use them for their sparring every single week. They also brought out some great colourways. I really did like them. I was hoping they were going to bring them out in leather like they did in their fight gloves. They never did. They always kept to that cactus leather. It's a great material, but I really did want them to bring it out in leather in the sparring gloves so I could give them a little bit more credit than I did already. But yeah, Adidas Tilt, contender number 6. Contender number 5, and down 2 places from last year's list, and that is Winning. Now, anybody that does a list like this has to have Winning in the list. The only thing with Winning is there's 2 things that have happened. They don't change anything when it comes to their designs over the years. Yeah, they might bring out some new colours, but also the price of Winning is going up and up. Also, the availability seems to be coming down and down. Loads of fakes out there as well, but if you are talking about genuine Winning, they are a fabulous glove. So simple, but also so effective, fantastic when it comes to sparring, and that's why Winning place still in my top 10. I think they've featured in every single top 10 that I have done for sparring gloves, and anybody that has tried a pair will know that that is the only way that it could be. You can't have a list of top 10 sparring gloves without Winning in it. Contender number 4, hit and move balance. Again, this is a drop of 2 places from the 2024 list. Hit and move balance with their DRT padding in the knuckle ensures that your hand is fully protected. Also, you can open the hands, no problem at all. They're a great sparring glove and they just seem to be getting better and better as a company, constantly innovating. I don't think there is a company out there that is currently innovating as much as Hit and Move. Contender number 3 and a new entry from China, TFM and their RL6 gloves. Love, love, love these gloves. A total surprise to me, for me to be turning around to you guys and saying that a Chinese made glove would be featuring so high on my lists. But this has been years in the making. China are no longer that sort of country that are just making copies and doing sort of synthetic gloves. They have really upped their game, and TFM really have been at the forefront of that. Super impressed with these. And if you like sparring, you won't go far wrong than to get yourself a pair of these. Contender number 2, and that is Fly Lightning. Super stylish, great comfort, beautiful inner lining, and anybody that's actually tried on Fly will tell you how nice they are to put on. They really do feel like you're putting your hand into a silk slipper almost. They are that nice. Yeah, they're soft gloves, but when it comes to sparring, you can open your hands. It's great for your sparring partner. Just feel so much with how that they are constructed. And the Lightning, they were last year's contender number 1, this year contender number 2. Contender number 1 for 2025, and we have a new entry, and that is gloves that have been worked on for years, and that is the Phenom SG 300 gloves. They have done a superb job with these. Beautiful leather, beautifully made, lovely to sparring. And Phenom continue to bring out fabulous products from the moment that they came out to now. And these are, yes, their most expensive gloves, but in my opinion, they're also their best sparring gloves to date. And then on to the Fit to Box Sparring Champion for 2025. And still, the Fly Super Lace 2, fabulous gloves. Love these gloves when it comes to sparring. Beautiful leather, made in England, beautifully constructed, but also when you are using them, especially in sparring, they are just so good. The amount that you can open your hands, the protection, the cross on the wrist, everything about these gloves is fantastic. I really do rate them that highly, and that's why they are and still my Fit to Box Sparring Champion. I love the fact that with these lists, they are consistent. Yeah, people could say, oh, well, I knew that was going to be in that position, and that's how lists should be. You can't have a list where they're sort of jumbling up, because that doesn't make sense to the reviews and the rating that I've already done. If in this list there was any shocks, that means that I'm actually going back on my ratings and my reviews that I've done before, and I stand by all of my reviews and all of my ratings, and that's why my Fit to Box lists are always up to date. This particular list, like the bag glove list, is just a snapshot of a particular point in time. It just happens to be December 2025, but actually if you look on my website fittoboxchannel.com at any time, all of my lists are always in the correct order. They're not out of date at all. Whatever I am feeling at a particular point in the year is reflected on all of my lists on my website. So there is 10 or 11 if you include the champion and the 10 contenders. There are my 11 top sparring gloves in the world. A fabulous list with some fabulous gloves in there, and there will definitely be in there a glove for you. It might not be in the same order for yourselves as me, but what that does is it really does group together all the best performing sparring gloves in the world for you to choose from. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box, and I shall speak to you soon.